You want to die? Don't want to die?
Good evening. Welcome back to another breaking news at MPU News. Today's breaking news leads to the tragic event unfolding at Taylor's USA University, where chaos has erupted following a school shooting. Details are still emerging, but what we know so far is deeply troubling.
That's right, Shijing. According to report, there are numerous teachers and students injured during the shooting, and the situation is still remain uncontrolled. The scene is one of sheer panic and confusion, where the authorities are working hard on securing the area and providing medical assistance to those in need.
What's particularly alarming is the report that Vice Principal Mr. Salim has been shot and in a coma in the ICU. This tragedy has sent shockwaves throughout the entire community and leaving everyone on edge and desperately seeking answers.
It has been revealed that two students are the perpetrators, wielding weapons and causing harm to the teachers and their classmates. And their motive still remains unclear, but what's evident is the whole campus is surrounded by fear.
It's a heartbreaking situation. Now let's pass the camera to our crime scene reporter Li Hui-shan, who's at Taylor's USA University, to provide us the latest on the ground.
Hi, I'm reporter Li Hui-shan reporting live from Taylor USA University, where a horrific school shooting has unfolded, leaving many students and teachers injured, and the situation still out of spiraling.
I was in the cafeteria with my friends when we heard the gunshots. At first, it didn't register, but then everyone was screaming and running. I don't know what to do, so I just hide under one of the tables and pray that all of this will be over soon. I never imagined something like this could happen here.
I was in the middle of teaching my class when suddenly the door burns and I saw the shooters. My first thought was to get my student to safety. I ushered them into a corner, trying to shield them from harm as best as I could. It was a blur of shouting, gunfire, and fear.
End of live coverage from the scenes here at Taylor USA University. Now, let's transition back to our studio with our host, Ms. Chow, for more updates on this tragic news.
Welcome back, viewers. I'm your host to this interview, Ms. Chow. As part of our coverage to this tragic school shooting at Taylor's USA University, we have invited renowned philosopher Mr. Ang and his assistant Ms. Sherlyn, as well as esteemed lawyer Ms. Angeline, to shed light to this speech and related laws pertinent to this case. Mr. Ang, let's start with you. From a philosophical perspective, what insight can you offer regarding the event that unfolded at Taylor's USA University?
Thank you, Ms. Chow. The events at Taylor's USA University bring to the forefront profound philosophical questions about the nature of violence, human behavior, and societal responsibility. Philosophically, we must examine the underlying factors that contribute in such tragic events, including issues of mental health, social alienation, and the availability of firearms. It's imperative that we foster a culture of empathy, understanding, and proactive intervention to prevent future tragedies.
Certainly, Mr. Ang. I heard that you actually did an interview that conducted to explore diverse perspectives on the issue of school shooting in the United States. Could you share some of the key findings of perspective that emerged from your discussions?
Absolutely. During the interview, we had opportunity to engage with a diverse range of individuals, including students, teachers, and also parents.
Can you provide an overview of the current situation regarding school shootings in the USA?
It's scary, you know. Every time we have a lockdown drill, I can't help but think about what could happen if it was real. It's sad that we have to worry about the safety in a place we're supposed to learn and grow.
Yeah, it is unsettling. I think about it sometimes when I was in class, especially after hearing about the shooting in other schools. It made me feel vulnerable and anxious.
What are some of the common factors or patterns observed in these school shootings?
Patterns observed in school shooting often involve perpetrators exhibiting warning signs such as behavior change, expressions of violence or aggressions with previous school shooting, underscoring the importance of early intervention and threat assessment protocols.
What measures have been taken to prevent school shootings and how effective have they been?
We have more security measures, like metal detectors and security guards, but I don't think that's enough. Sometimes it feels like we're just waiting for something terrible to happen.
How do school communities respond to this incident and what support systems are in place for those affected?
Following a tragedy, our school community comes together to support one another through counseling session, support group, and outreach initiative. It is essential to provide a safe and nurturing environment for students to heal.
What role do you believe legislation should play in addressing the issue of school shooting?
It's so frustrating to see the lack of action from lawmakers on this issue. We need comprehensive gun reform measures and increased funding for mental health services to prevent future tragedies.
In addition to conducting interviews, we conducted a survey to gather public input on school shootings. With 13 questions and 77 responses, it delved into preventative measures, views on gun ownership, and potential solutions. The survey aimed to provide insights and strategies to address this concerning issue. Now, I will pass it to my assistant for more on the finding and discussion on this case.
Ms. Shirley, could you please elaborate on the finding and discussion regarding school shootings?
Certainly, let's start with the philosophical perspective. Western philosophy, deeply rooted in ancient Greek thought, emphasizes individualism and metaphysics, while Eastern philosophy, including traditions like Hinduism and Buddhism, focus on interconnectedness and harmony. These philosophical differences offer unique insight into societal issues like school shootings.
Interesting. So how do these philosophical differences relate to the increase in school shootings?
Well, according to the K-12 school shooting database, incidents have dramatically risen in recent years. From a Western standpoint, there is often a strong emphasis on individual rights, including the right to bear arms. Conversely, Eastern philosophies tend to prioritize collective safety, often advocating for stricter gun control laws.
There's a fascinating contrast. How do cultural approaches to conflict resolution contribute to this issue?
Western culture often rely on legal framework and punitive measures, while Eastern culture emphasizes non-violent conflict resolution and addressing underlying societal issues like inequality and mental health challenges. This differing approach can influence how societies respond to school shootings.
Switching gears, could you please explain the role of psychology and sociology in understanding school shootings?
Certainly, psychology helps us understand the mindset of shooters, while sociology examines broader societal factors contributing to violence. Our survey revealed that mental health issues were a significant factor, highlighting the importance of addressing both individual and societal well-being.
And how does the philosophy of sejahtera offers a unique perspective to this issue?
The philosophy of sejahtera, rooted in Indonesian culture, promotes holistic well-being and interconnectedness by integrating these principles into prevention strategy and community engagement efforts. We can create safer and more nurturing environment that prioritize empathy and social cohesion.
Thank you, Mr. Ang and Ms. Sherlyn, for your insights. Now turning to you, Ms. Angeline. As a legal expert, what are your thoughts on the legal implication of this school shooting?
From a legal standpoint, this school shooting raises the important questions about gun control, liability, and the duty owed by educational institutions. We must examine whether the law adequately regulates access to firearms and hold accountable those who are responsible for perpetrating such violence. Additionally, there may be legal considerations regarding the duty of schools to provide a safe environment and the potential of civil litigation in cases of negligence.
Thank you, Ms. Angeline, for your legal analysis. It's evident that both philosophical and legal perspectives are crucial in understanding and addressing the complexity of this tragic event.
Amid challenging times, we are dedicated to offering extensive coverage, collaborating with experts, and encouraging meaningful dialogue to address and prevent school violence.
Stay tuned to MPU News for further updates and analysis on the Taylor's USA University school shooting. Thank you for joining us.